Yeah, hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop. Yeah, hey, drop.
Every player on the ice has a 10-minute misconduct, among other penalties. I have never.
Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of 10 Minute Misconduct. I got Sam joining me. Erin. Erin is not feeling well tonight, so she will not be joining us, but she's in the comments, so feel free to talk to her. And Erin, we hope you feel better. We have Captain Jon Buttitta of Twin Cities joining us tonight. How are you?
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Yes, thank you for coming back. I know we talked a little off air, but I just wanted to say thank you for giving us a second shot. If anybody remembers our first season, we were very new and learning, and we kind of had a wild ride with a machete and a stake. So let's get things started. How did you get started in hockey?
It was funny. My brother, he started before me. I was like 4 years old, and he's the one that kind of got the ball rolling on that. And my family's never been a hockey family. My mother and my father were never into hockey. My brother just wanted to do it one day, and I decided to tag along with him. And it's led me all the way to North Carolina, Winston-Salem.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
I am so sorry. I'm trying to recover all my questions. I accidentally closed the document. Oh my God.
Oh, that's fine. I've got a ton, so if you want to open that up, just like give us a thumbs up when your document opens. Okay, so when you started in the league, it was still the FHL, is that right?
Yeah, so my first year, it transitioned that same year. So when I was in Menor, it was still the FHL. And then like there was something going on with the league that year where they had to transition over to the FPHL. It was funny when I was in Menor, that's when they switched over to the FPHL. That's when Carolina won the Commissioner Cup. I think it was in 2018-19.
Yes.
So I wasn't a part of that team yet, but that's when it all kind of hit the FPHL.
So you've been with them now. Let me see, what's it? Is it 6 seasons?
Yeah, we were just talking about my mom and my dad came down last weekend. We were actually talking about this. It's been like 6.5 years because I joined like the year before COVID kicked in.
Mm-hmm.
So I came I was in Menor, then I went to Quad City for a little bit, and then I got traded when I was in Quad City. My rights got traded to Delaware.
Wow.
And I said there ain't no way I'm going to Delaware. So
Good
after I
choice.
got released from Delaware or Quad City, I went home because like Menor was home. It was like 40 minutes from where I lived. I didn't know the league yet. So I was like, there's no way I'm like going to Delaware. And then my buddy actually played down here and was like, hey, we're gonna get the rights. And I was like, there's a team in Carolina. Like I had no idea. So I came down here and like first weekend was at a home game and it was like 3,200 fans. I'm like, this is an atmosphere I can get behind. You know what I mean? So no, it was good.
Absolutely. Honestly, I think Carolina has one of the best fan bases in the whole league.
Yeah.
Actually, they show up and show out every time.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah,
go ahead,
they are very passionate, and I love them for that. You know, it's win or lose, they let you know, they let you know how it is, and I mean, I mean, I've been here for 6.5 years, so I can't not hate it.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm love that. Not only are they passionate for you guys, they go hard for you guys online too. You know, they
Oh
they
yeah,
really
yeah,
stick up for y'all, and you've got some pretty clever fans. So you mentioned you were on loan to Quad City and I believe Fayetteville at one point too.
yeah.
Could you talk a little bit about what it's like going into a team where maybe you're not familiar with their systems or you don't know all the guys and how you just get on the ice? How does that work?
It, I guess it's, I mean, like when I went to Quad City, it was a whole different ball game. You know, definitely at that time, uh, like the SP. At that time, I think the SP was way more advanced than the Federal Hockey League was at the time. Now I think they're pretty comparable, and
Yeah.
that's just my personal opinion. But going into like a new team and like learning systems and the structure, it does kind of hit you a little bit. You know, personally, it's like I played club hockey in college, so like we didn't really have too many systems in college. So transitioning from college hockey to the pro, like amateur pro hockey, it was a big step, especially going from the Federal Hockey League to the SPHL. It was a jump for sure. And then when you kind of get your basics, it's smooth sailing.
Yeah.
The like Anna was saying, the Thunderbirds definitely have been around with the FPHL, definitely a little bit longer than most others and stuff.
Yeah.
What is it like to actually carry that C for a team, essentially like a staple of the league?
I'm very passionate about it. You know, I'm very grateful that I've had it for a few years now. So I'm very grateful. And you know, Joe Cangelosi was before me, and then I don't know who was. I think it was Chase Fallis was before him. I can't remember. But again, I wasn't here with Chase. I was here with Joe. I was actually Joe's assistant uh, at one point, and then they gave it to me after Joe. But no, I'm very passionate with wearing the C. I'll never play for anyone else in this league. I love it here. You know, win or lose, these fans are always behind us, and that's like my wife and I moved down here a couple of years ago, and you know, every year I say I'm going to retire, I'm going to retire, I'm going to retire, but I just keep coming back. You know, I love it. I mean, especially playing down here and the following we have, and you know, my wife lives down here now, and it's, you know, I told her 4 years ago I was done, and I'm still here. So you know, you know, eventually I'm going to have to give it up, which, you know, I mean, that's how all roads lead to men's league, right? So, you know, which I'm ready for. I mean, this is my last year, so as a player. So, you know, I'm very grateful for the opportunity that I got here with the team, and we're in the C for so long, and I'm just excited to see who wears it next.
I really admire your loyalty to your team, and also I think things that aren't mentioned a lot are spouses or girlfriends. It's hard, you know, with you guys being
Yeah.
on the road and your schedule and practice and being sore, and there's just a lot that goes in that to that. So shout out to
Yeah.
your wife for
Yeah.
being there, because that's definitely
Yeah,
amazing.
we've been together for 10 years now, and we actually recently got married in October.
Well, congrats.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, we met in college, and then I did 1 year without her down here, and that it was tough. And I told her, I'm like, I'm not doing it again without you down here with me. So she was like, what if I find a job down there? And I was like, okay. So then she ended up finding a job, and we've been here for, I think, 4.5 years now, going on 5. So it's been good.
And then I'm going to jump to a question I actually asked about, or by Aaron, because I was actually thinking that same thing. If you could nominate any one of your current teammates to be the captain after you, who would it be and why?
Well, so right now, Pastuca and Whitey are my assistants, and they're both great leaders. You know, Yuri's wore the A for all 3 coaches at one point. We've always had 2 captains. It was me and Gus for a long time. But I think it was when Garrett came in, because it was Andre Nietzsche and then Garrett Rutledge and now Steve Harrison. So I got the C when Garrett was here, and then Gus and Pastuca were my assistants. And then I think at one point it was just me and Gus. So we just kind of carried that till this year. And then, recently we lost Gus in a trade. So it was Pastuca and Whitey now. Realistically, one of those 2 guys are great. Pessy's been here for a long time. I don't know if he's playing next year. He hasn't really said anything about it. I don't know if Whitey's playing next year. He hasn't really talked about it, but one of those 2 guys would be great. They're great in the locker room. They're great with the guys. You got to have someone with, that can kind of, I want to say, like, have the respect of the players, but also, have that like line where like you'd be like buddy with them. But at the same time, like when it comes down to business, it comes down to business.
Yeah.
I think Pastuca is a bit of a legend because where I was a billet for the El Paso Rhinos, I went in to a game one night and I was like, totally recognized the name on the wall. I was like, there's Yuri Pastuca, and I'm talking floor to ceiling, like photo of him. And so I looked up his elite prospects and I was like, holy moly, like he used to play here. So it's been kind of cool to, you'll on a very rare occasion, you'll still catch. I was actually able to track down his old jersey from the Rhinos and was able to get it to him. Yeah, thanks to Boris Babic, I sent it to him and like he was able to get it to him. So it's pretty cool.
Wow, that's cool. That's pretty cool. Yeah, Pessy's been in the league longer than me. I mean, that guy goes back to like original Fed days. So him and Salak have some war stories, that's for sure.
When you do decide to retire, do you want to stick around the area and stay active and maybe like being a coach, or what are your plans for the future?
So my wife and I were staying for another year. We always, go back and forth if we're moving back to Cleveland or if we're going to stay here. We have such a good setup down here. I haven't really thought about like coaching after my career. I wouldn't be like opposed to it, but I haven't really thought about that because I'm still playing. And it's like, I don't want to think about that because I know my time's coming to an end here soon. And it would be a nice like transition, but I don't know yet. I mean, I guess I actually, my wife was like, what do you want to do after hockey? It's like, well, I mean, obviously get a job, but I haven't really thought about coaching yet. I mean, I wouldn't be opposed to it, but I have never coached before. So I don't know how I would do. I mean, I have an idea. Everyone has ideas in their mind how they would do, but it's all about, relaying an actual reality and see if you can do it. And I would take a swing at the bat. I mean, I wouldn't mind trying it out, but I mean, as of right now, I'm still a player and I'm focusing on that until I hang up the skates 100%. Because every summer I say I'm done.
Yeah.
But this year, I know I keep saying it, but this is it this year. And I got to look at my future with my wife now and go from there. Yeah.
And then you had mentioned Andre Neck and stuff, and that kind of reminds me. Were you there for
Yes.
that line brawl?
Yep. I sure was. That was my first year. I was You didn't even have to say it. I already knew where it was going.
Yep, same.
Yeah. So that weekend, I don't know who did the scheduling on that. I still remember that weekend. We played, I think that happened on Sunday.
Mhm.
Because we played there Friday, and then we played at our place Friday, then we went there Saturday, and then we came back Sunday.
Ugh, brutal.
And I think the score was like a lot to a little, because that's when Columbus, that was their first year, and they were just getting their bearings, right? So they had a bunch of, big boys. They had some big federal just meatheads. And they were competitive, but like they were some brawlers on that team. And I remember when their coach, he kept pulling their goalie and doing like line changes with their goalie. And I think that's what kind of fired Andre up first. And then the score kind of got out of hand. And my buddy George Holt was on the team at the time. And he had some beef with Graham, MJ Graham. And they just hated each other. And that's what kind of started everything. And George never really fought. And they just started getting after it. I think the score was like 7-1. I can't remember. But that was the last game at the Annex until COVID kicked in, because they canceled that season.
Yeah.
The rest of the season, because I was down here for about 15 games, and then they canceled the season. That was the year I came from Quad City. Yeah. So that's a memorable one for sure.
I still go back and watch it every now and then.
I was gonna say, for our fans, we'll drop the a reel of it tonight. If you haven't seen it, it's the most epic fight in the Fed that I can think of, honestly.
Oh yeah, and Andre came in. He was all excited because he fought. He jumped into the bench. He fought. So he came in. The testosterone was just going in the locker room. He came in and he goes, I got him good, and all the boys are laughing. They're having a good time. I mean, that was the Fed. That was the old Fed. And that's how the teams played back in the day. I mean, you still get it now, but not as much, I would say.
Yeah.
It's definitely toned down.
Oh yeah, a little bit.
I would say a couple seasons ago that the Carolina and Twin Cities and the Dragons were probably the biggest rivals in the league. Do you think that the rivalry is still there, or do you think with some of the different teams, would you see that you guys have a different rivalry this year?
I think the big reason why there was such a big rival was because I can't remember how the league did the draft that year. I don't think they even drafted. I think it was the year after they won the championship here. And half the team went to Columbus the following year to play for Crew. And that's what kind of started the rival between us, because like half that team was Carolina at one point.
Yeah, and they were big names like Petro Antonio, Austin Doe, like big names.
Yeah. Well, Petro didn't go there until he went up to Knoxville that year because Carolina had his rights still. So he went to Knoxville Columbus's first year. So he was there for Columbus's second year. But yeah, like Pastuca was there for a little bit. He was in funny story about Pastuca. We when he won it, he went to Columbus the year after. Well, then Columbus traded him to Menor. So my last day in Menor was his first day in Menor. And I'll never forget, we crossed paths. He was going into the locker room. I was leaving the locker room. He had this bomber coat on, and it was like zipped halfway down. He had no shirt on underneath. And I'm like, who's this guy? And I was like, and then he ended up getting traded back to Carolina that same year. And then I was actually wearing 24 when I first got here. And again, I didn't know Pesty at the time, but he came into my room when he got back and he like asked me for his number back. And I was like, you can have it as long as I get 14. Now, mind you, he could have just taken it from me if he wanted to, because he's already played so many years. I didn't know him, so I didn't know who he was, but I wanted 14 because I had that in college. And Andre made it happen. And yeah, so that's how he got his number back, and I got 14.
That is a good story.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any sort of significance behind the number 14, or just you wore it in college and wanted it?
Well, so one of my best buddies growing up, he got me to go to Kent State, and he was like, "Come to Kent State, man. We're a good time, blah blah blah." And it was 40 minutes from home, and I was like, "All right." So I went there, I applied, I did the whole thing. I was originally supposed to go to Ohio University, but yeah, they wanted me to come. There was like a whole bunch of paperwork they wanted me to do, and I was like, "I'll come next year. I'm not coming next semester." So I came the following year. That's why I took a year off after juniors. I went the following year to Kent, and my buddy was there, and we were so bad. My freshman year, we were terrible. Like our home opener, we lost like 8-1 against a team from Michigan. And I looked at my buddy, I go, "What the hell?" And he was like, "It's a good time, right?" I go, "This is terrible." But the reason behind 14 was he wore 15. And so I was like, "I'll take 14." And then it kind of just went from there. I started my whole hockey career with number 5. I liked wearing number 5, but I couldn't get it in college. So I just went with 14.
What did you major in college?
Applied communications. So I was originally health comm, but they got rid of the program my junior year. And I was like, "All right, so I got to start over." And they're like, "No, they all transfer over." So I went for communications. So I'm a big talker. You couldn't tell.
Oh, no, it's great. It's great.
Yeah.
I was thinking 14, maybe that's the handicap for golf or something.
Oh God, I can't golf. Yeah, you can't get me on the course.
Wow, you're the first player I think I've ever met that doesn't like golf.
I'll go on the course and have a couple beers, but I'm not golfing. I can't golf.
I drive.
Yeah, a couple beers and driving the golf cart. That's like the perfect buddy to have for the day.
Oh yeah. It's crazy. None of my teammates have ever invited me out. That's not true. That's not true. They have. I'm just giving them a hard time if they're watching right now.
What other kind of hobbies do you have? Either in the off season or just, if maybe you have a bye week, what would we find you doing?
I'm big into fitness. I like to go to the gym. For a while, I was painting. I used to paint a lot. I used to paint like little figurines. I used to do that a lot when I was stressed out. And it was funny when my wife wasn't living here, I was living with a couple guys in an apartment that the team had got. It was me, Chris Paulin, that's in Port Huron, Declan Conway, and Schnapp. We're all in one apartment. And I used to paint figurines. And every time the boys would come home, they'd see me in my room watching like Alien versus Predator or something. And I'm just painting figurines. And Paulie goes, "Yeah, he's stressed out today." And I was like, "Yeah." Because like I said, I'm a big talker. So I like to always be around people. But if I'm in my room, I was stressed out. Because that year was a little stressful down here, the one season, because we didn't really have like off ice help. Like we didn't have equipment guys or staff. So I was always running around doing things. But now we have a great staff. We got Mike Murphy, we got Rod Harris, we got Billy, we got Cap and Josh, who've been awesome. Our bus driver Kevin, and then Harry helps out. Like he does a lot of the stuff with the guys too. And then our front office is great. But a lot of those guys are doing this just on their time, and they just love it. That's and sometimes those guys go unnoticed. And the fans don't see those things, but those guys are always grinding for the boys. And, I can't thank them enough for doing everything they do.
Yeah, we had an equipment manager on a month, 2 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, Jack.
It was definitely hearing that side of the perspective and stuff. And he really let us know, like, those guys, everybody behind the scenes, like they do a lot.
They do a lot. I'll tell you what, like when we play home games, I mean, any equipment staff or any staff that you have, like Cap and Cap's our medical guy. Josh does he does equipment with Mike and Rod and like Billy. So like after the games, they're waiting in the locker room to get our gitch because they got to do our gitch and the other team's gitch, and they're there till 1 or 2 a.m. And it's just like, it's crazy that people don't see those things that these guys are doing for us. And again, like they're volunteers. Like they do this because they just love it. They don't do it for the money. They just do it because they love being around the fellas.
That is
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Shout out to those guys because, like you said, they're doing it for the love of you guys and the game. So shout out to you guys. We know that you work hard and we see you. So
Yeah.
we have some fan questions I want to jump over to.
Yeah.
David the Alien asks, if you could play on a line with any NHL player, past or present, who are you picking?
I like St. Louis. He was a good player. And then I'm trying to think of another player. Probably the boys are going to hate it, but either Wilson or
Tom Wilson?
yeah, either Wilson from Washington or probably Brad Marchand. I just, he's a little rat and I love it.
Yeah.
When you play with good players too, like that's what I was telling my coach the other day. When you play with good players, it opens up the ice a lot more because like right now I'm playing with Nate Keeley and Jan Salak, and Nate and I are more of like the grinders on the line, like and I'm not saying Sally doesn't grind either, but he's more of like our skilled finesse guy, and you could see the difference when you play with a guy like that. Just it opens up the ice and it gives you a little bit more breathing room, because now a lot of the guys on the ice have their eyes on a certain player, and it kind of gives you room to like play a little bit with the puck. Because when you get 3 grinders on a line, it's like dump it in, go get it, wish for the best. You know what I mean? So, and again, I'm very grateful to play with a lot of the guys on the team. Like we have a lot of talent on the team, and I haven't played with all of them. My ongoing joke this year is I'm not Boots this year. It's I'm Showtime.
Showtime.
Because at one point this year, it's an ongoing joke with the fellas in the locker room. I know I'm not Showtime, but I just like saying it. So, you have a 1, 2, and 3 line, and I was always on the third line with I was always with Nate and Schnapp. And we had a couple injuries this year, and Harry put me on the first or second line, and I go out there. I'm like, it's Showtime now. It's not Boots. Boots is a third line guy. Showtime's 1 or 2. So it's an ongoing joke with the fellas, and that's one thing about wearing the letter is, it's always time for business, but you can have a little bit of time to have some fun too. Especially you don't always want to be strict. You got to give these guys a little bit of freedom and have some fun.
For sure.
I mean, if you're always strict, you're always going to have a tight ship, and which I love. But you also got to know why you're playing this game, and it's for the love.
Yeah. The somebody else mentioned it, and I'm wondering now. They said Warhammer in the comments.
It is Warhammer.
Lewis Garcia.
Okay, so that's what it is. The figurines painted.
Yeah, it's Warhammer. I don't play the game, but I do. I haven't painted in a while, but yeah, I do paint. I haven't been stressed out lately, so we're good.
So I have a question with you wearing a letter. Have you ever successfully argued with the refs to have them either drop the penalty they were going to call or kind of change their mind before they made their decision?
So I've known a lot of these refs for a while, and what I've learned is if you cuss them out, they're not going to change their mind. So, and I try to tell the fellas that in the locker room because guys' emotions get high. They get frustrated, and they start swearing at the refs, which they're human too. So their emotions are going to kick in, and if I hear a player, if I'm a ref, this is just what I think. If I'm a ref and I hear a player, MFing me, I'm going to look at that guy and be like, okay, now I'm not giving you anything tonight.
Yeah.
So have I ever persuaded a ref in the 6.5 years? I have, because I'm not one of those captains that will hoot and holler. Once they make a decision, they make a decision. I mean, there's no going. Like, there was a couple years ago when we were in Danbury, and we lost in the finals, obviously, and it was we won the first 2 games at home, then we had to go there to play 3. We lost game 3 in Danbury, and then game 4, there was some controversy with, it was a 2-1 game, and there was like 3 seconds left in the clock, and it was in their zone. It was like a movie scene, and we won the puck back. I think Panicek won it back, and we scored to tie to the game. So the momentum just transitioned over to us. So we're going nuts. And they called it back because apparently Danbury's clock keeper didn't start the clock. So in my mind, I'm like, that's not my fault. That's not our fault. It sounds like a personal problem. And so they called it no goal. And then our team obviously jumps off the bench and starts screaming at the refs. And I'm standing there. How am I supposed to control 19 guys screaming at the ref? Their emotions are high. It's the finals.
Yeah.
That game could have decided the championship for us, right? And that pushed them to go to the game 5, So after they all got, I always make a joke now because it's a couple of years now. I always make a joke. The guys tired themselves out from yelling. So they all went to the locker room. I was standing there, and I knew the ref. He's a really nice guy. And I looked at him. I go, what are we doing? What are we saying? And then he was like, we had to call it back. They didn't start the clock. I go, that's not my problem. I didn't get paid to do that. And then they said that the clock didn't work. And, this, that, and the other. I'm a player. I don't know all the details about it, but it is what it is now. You can't go back. But then we get to the hotel, and there was rumors that we were going to start the next day in overtime. So that kind of irritated me a little bit because I was like, so you screwed up and you didn't want to take accountability that night. But then they went back and they said, we're just going to go to game 5, which whatever. We had to go to game 5 when you can't get mad about it. You had no time to, you can't sleep. You can't sleep. You can't lose sleep over it, right? You have to play the next day. So obviously we didn't win, and that one still stings a lot. And, all 3 sting. And I think that one just kind of hit home just because of that moment, that game 4 moment, that hurt more than losing in game 5, because we kind of shot ourselves in the foot a little bit. But again, it is what it is. You can't go back. You just got to keep moving forward. But yeah, I have persuaded refs before. I do it nicely.
Yeah.
But yeah.
There's definitely been quite a few penalties given out for abuse of officials.
Yeah. Are you talking about the one I mean, Columbus?
No, just in general, like across.
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's. I'd have to double check, but I think it's definitely getting up there now where it's called a lot.
I will say this. I think it's. There's certain points where I think, okay, that's uncalled for, but then there's some that's been taken out of hand. Like I got a 2-game suspension for a gesture. Hey, I've never been suspended before. I haven't missed a game in like 5 years. And, it is what it is. I was pretty choked about that. You get frustrated and your emotions run high, and, you can't do anything about it, but it just sucked because I didn't get kicked out of that game. I got a 2-minute penalty, and then I got kicked out for the next 2, which kind of sucked. But it is always hard sitting out and watching the fellas play while you're 100%.
Yeah.
But
Go team.
And so is that what you were talking about with what happened in Columbus, the gesture?
Yeah. I mean, I threw my hands up, but it wasn't on tape, so so. But it is what it is.
Yeah.
Now,
Before we go ahead, Sam.
I will say, in the famous words of a fantastic gentleman, Scott Brand, whenever you're sitting there, you're not arguing for them to change their mind because they've already made up their mind. You're
Right.
arguing for the next one.
Right.
So
Exactly.
I definitely see it there.
Yeah. Like I try not to yell at the refs. I mean, they're just doing a job too, right? And again, they're human. And some days they make bad calls. You know what? I love the refs that they make a bad call and they take accountability.
Yeah.
I mean, like we had a couple calls last weekend. The ref made a mistake on an offsides. And we were yelling at him. Well, not me, but the fellows were. And my big joke is I go, check the tape. You know. So he came up to me the next period and he goes, hey, Boots, I just want to say I'm sorry. He goes, that was on me. And I go, hey, you know what? I'm not even mad at you because you took accountability. Some refs don't take accountability. It is what it is.
Mhm.
But I respect the refs that do take accountability, even if they screw up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, and I think it's easy too for fans to get caught up in it because we're sitting at home or we're sitting, you know, in the arena and we're not watching from the ice, making sure we're not getting hit by a puck or being in a
Right.
player's way. I think there's a lot more that goes into reffing than a lot of people understand, including myself.
Yeah.
So before we move on, I want to give a shout out really quick to our sponsors. Matraca Time, we will drop their Etsy store. It should be in our description. But what they do is they take broken hockey sticks and they make them into noisemakers that you can take to games. They make great gifts for players or their parents. So we have a quick clip we're going to roll for that.
Cool.
Let's go!
Definitely check them out. Like I said, it's Matraca Time. And all right, so I want to move into we're going to play a little game. It's the logo game. And if anybody is new here, please play along in the comments and let's get started with that. So you'll just guess the logo. They're all current Fed teams, except there is one bonus one in there if you are able to get it. So yeah, which logo, which team do you think this is?
That's Athens. Yeah. I could tell because those stupid glasses. Is that Watertown? Oh, yeah. I don't mind their new logo. It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right.
Ooh. What is this one? Do I have a timer?
Nope, you can take as long as you want. And some of them they do get a little more difficult as we go.
I was going to say those first two were easy. I was like, okay, I'm trying to think now. Is that Baton Rouge? Okay. Let's go, John. Let's
Nice
go,
job.
John. That one was hard. Okay. All right, here we go. Is that Monroe? Damn. We haven't played them yet this year. I don't
Oh,
think
no
we play them.
kidding.
Yeah, we don't play them at all. Oh, come on. Is this PD? There we go. I like their logo. I thought What's His Face did a good job on this design.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah. Whoa. I was gonna say the Rumblebees, but what is this?
Still trying to recover from that season.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what this is. Is this Monroe?
Very
Okay.
good.
Okay. Who's another animal? Is this Whitville? Okay. Come on, John.
Killing it. Nice.
Yeah. Is this that new team up in Minnesota? What is it? The North? Is it the North Stars? Is that what they're called?
Northern Lights.
Northern Lights. Okay. I like that logo. It's cool.
Yeah, that logo is pretty awesome. And I
Yeah.
believe their exhibition game is this weekend. So I think there's a 3-game series they're playing up there with Topeka and I think it's Indiana.
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's
Right.
this weekend. So well, great job. You like really killed it on the logo game.
Yeah. I've been in the league for a while, so I should know some of these logos, but I will say that the league has came a long way,
Yes.
and I'm very grateful that I had the opportunity to play in it when it got this good. Because when I first started, I think there was like 7 teams, maybe even less. And when you play the same team 20 times, it's repetitive, but it just a lot of guys just starting to brawl, and that was like going back to Columbus, like you were talking about the rival. And it's like when you play them, I think the one season we played them like 16 times, and it's just we did that with Whitville the last couple of years too. And it's like, and I understand with Whitville because it's an hour and a half away, but it gets old. It's just like, oh God, here we go again. All right. And it's fun because like you can get in guys' heads easy, but it's just after a while, it's just like, who's gonna club me today?
If you could pick a new city and state to add, I know they just announced the new team that's going to be in. I cannot remember the name of the town, but it's in northern Mississippi. It's really close to Knoxville. Sam, do you?
It's south.
Yeah, mid
Yeah,
south.
Mid-South.
So that one was just announced. I know the Northern Lights, who's extremely far from pretty much every team. If
Yeah,
you
I
could
don't
pick a
think.
city and state
Yeah,
for a
what
team,
would it
who would you
be?
pick? Hmm.
I'm a big believer in the South. I love playing in the South. I think it's in my personal opinion. I know the North's won it the last like 4 years or 3 years, but I think the competition in the South is better, just my personal opinion.
Yeah.
If I was to have a team, I would put one in Florida. I always wanted to live in Florida. Like I know there was rumors that a team was going to go back to being the is it Sarasota? Not Sarasota. It was
Yeah, actually, I remember there was supposed to be a whole league down there at one point. I
yeah.
think it was like 6 teams all in like North and Central
Yeah,
Florida.
they were supposed to bring back like the Tiger Sharks or whatever. That was a rumor. I think having a team in Florida, I think teams in Florida, I think they would thrive if you put them in the right area. I mean,
Yeah.
it's all about location too, right? It's like we have a great location. I mean, the city's great. You got Wake Forest right there. They're building a bunch of stuff right now, right next to the arena. Like Wake Forest just bought a bunch of land, so they're building all these apartments and like little restaurants right by the football stadium. So in the next like 2 or 3 years, it's going to be booming down here. Um, I only went to we do a lot of home and homes with PD, so I haven't really adventured off over there. Everyone seems to like Mississippi. I don't really. I think it's cool the beaches right there, but I don't really care for Mississippi. You guys would probably think I'm crazy in here, but um, Columbus, I haven't really adventured off a little bit. Athens has got a good spot.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think who else. Monroe, I haven't really adventured off in Monroe. We only went there once this year, which is also crazy that we only play some of these teams in our division like once or twice. Like I think we played Monroe only twice this year. We just got done playing with Biloxi. We played them 3 times this year. And like Baton Rouge, we only played 3 times, and we played Athens. I think played Athens 12 times, and then Columbus. Like we finished with Columbus before December. I think we played them a lot in the
Three,
beginning of the season.
3 weekends. So 6.
Yeah, yeah. Usually those games kind of get dicey after like the second week. When you play a team 3 times in a row or 3 weekends in a row, something's going to happen that third weekend. Because you don't forget about the things that happened the weeks prior, right? So that's like with Whitville. We haven't played Whitville. I'm trying to look at the schedule right now. We haven't played Whitville in a while. We play them at the end of the year, so that'll be fun.
I might have to sneak down for that game because we just moved to Roanoke, so we're about an hour north, and we
Oh,
drove
nice.
through Withville on our way here, and it looks like a lovely place and a smaller town compared to some
Yeah.
of the other areas, but
Mhm.
it's pretty.
Yeah, they definitely came a long way since their first year with the arena. Um, I have a buddy on their team. He played here for a bit, Danny Martin. He was
Yeah,
there.
we had
He
him
was
on this year. He's so nice.
Yeah, he actually lives in Winston still.
Oh,
So
no kidding.
yeah, him and his wife live in Winston. So I think with Greg Hussey too, he lives in Winston too. But since their year one, they've done a great job down there.
Mhm.
We're up there, I should say.
Yeah.
So one thing I noticed, you kind of gave yourself a plus there when you were answering those questions or the photos, right?
Yeah.
And you said, "Go, John." Where and how did the name Boots come to be?
So I was playing juniors up in Toronto. It's the Ontario Junior Hockey League,
Mhm.
and my coach couldn't pronounce my last name, so he called me Boots. Originally, he called me Boutier, and he couldn't pronounce it. He goes, "I'm just going to call you Boots," and so it kind of just stuck. And I was like, I kind of like that. It's kind of cool. I no one's ever. And I never really had a nickname before, so I was like, that's kind of cool. So I kind of just went with it, and it kind of just stuck. So yeah, it was my last year at juniors, and I got that nickname.
And you're still carrying it today.
Yeah,
Yeah.
33 years young.
So we're going to move into some fun questions now. It's basically going to be all about you. They're going to be like short questions, and you'll just tell us either yes or no, or like what your favorite is of that
Yeah.
thing. So,
Okay.
what is your favorite color?
Color, I would probably say. I don't want to be boring. Probably like a blue or a red.
What is your favorite board game?
Board game. Okay, so I used to love playing Risk, but if I had to pick just one, probably Monopoly.
Do you play on the app?
No, my wife tried getting me to do it. See, her family grew up in the middle of nowhere in Ohio. Like it's called Danville, Ohio. And she grew up in like a village. And that's why I met her in college, but they're big into board games and I'm getting better at it. I'm not the greatest at board games, but when she pulls out Monopoly, I'm pretty good at putting people in debt.
Nice. What is your favorite holiday?
Halloween.
Yes, good pick.
Yeah.
Us too.
Yeah. My father used to build haunted houses in our backyard when we were younger,
Wow.
and he would have to have like 30 people run this thing. Oh, it was a whole thing. I'll have to share some of the pictures that he used to. My dad's a lunatic. Yeah, my mom would join him, but yeah, Halloween was our go-to for sure in our house.
Oh yeah, definitely send us those. We can post them. That's so cool.
Yeah, I will.
What is your favorite genre of music?
I'm a variety. Like I grew up listening to pretty much everything. Like I grew up, like my dad got me into like Limp Bizkit, System of a Down. I mean, I'll listen to rap too, but like, and then like my dad's got an international scout, so we would go cruise on the parkway, and he would put like 40s, 50s music on. So I like everything. I'm not picky right now. It's like heavy metal and rap, which is crazy genres. Like I'll listen to country too. I like country, but like country's more for summer with me. Like during the season, it's like rap and like heavy metal.
What about favorite road trip snack?
Road trip snack. That's a good question. I like granola bars. I'm not a picky eater at all. I'm trying to think, 'cause our booster club, again, talking about, our staff, our booster club, that is like one of the main reasons why I stuck around here. Our booster club gets us a lot of things for the road trips, and they always provide. And again, can't thank them enough. They've done a great job with always making sure the fellas get their, their snacks and their food. If I had to pick something, probably be like a Pop-Tart. Pop-Tarts. I'm not a healthy eater. I know eventually when I give up hockey, I'm going to have to watch what I eat because I eat whatever right now. But probably Pop-Tarts. Yeah.
What flavor?
Dude, I don't know what it's called, but it's those the blueberry, like with the purple. I don't know what it's called. I don't know.
I know what you're talking about. It's like white with the blue on the top.
It's not white. It's like purple frosting with like blue, like I don't know. It's like a blueberry like berry mix. It's awesome.
If you guys know it, drop it in the chat, and don't be surprised if you get a bunch of Pop-Tarts this weekend.
Wild berry, that's what it is.
Wild berry, good job.
I have some in my cabinet right now.
Thank you, Aaron.
Do you have a favorite dance move or a dance that you go to?
Favorite dance move. We just brought this up the other day too, me and Salak. So as a team, the year it was my second year with the year we went to Danbury when we lost in the finals to Danbury. We used to every time we scored, we'd like take our sticks and do this above our heads. We always do it. That was like our thing. That I don't know where it came from, but that was our thing that year.
I love it.
Yeah.
What is your favorite mixed drink?
Like an adult beverage?
Yes, if you drink adult beverages. If not, then...
yeah. Absolutely. I do Jack and Coke. I like the Jack and Coca-Colas. Those are good. I've been trying that new Jack they just came out with that is it raspberry? Is it raspberry or blue or blackberry? I'll tell you what, that with vanilla Coke. Have one of those after a Saturday night game. It's good.
Yeah, that sounds good. You guys in the comments, try that. Give us your feedback.
Yeah, our equipment manager he goes, "What's up, Showtime?" Yeah.
That's what you should name the drink.
Showtime?
Showtime.
well, the arena, when we used to run concessions, they had drinks for all the players. Like they had like drink names.
That's cool.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet.
So what was yours?
A Boots Bomb.
Boots Bomb.
I think it was like a green tea shot. I don't know. They just came up with names. Yeah.
I love it. That's cool.
Yeah.
Gotta be creative and do the marketing where you can.
It's right.
How do you like your steak cooked?
Oh, rare.
Like blue rare?
Yeah, like I don't care. I mean, I won't not eat it if there's like blood on the plate, but I wouldn't want it like that. But my wife, she's getting better at, like, she's a great cook, but the one thing she's kind of hesitant on is steaks. Which the other night she cooked steaks and it was like red. She was like, "I can't eat it like that." I go, "I love it." I used to love medium rare, but now I love rare.
I can't do it, and everyone gives me crap because I'm a well done kind of girl, and they're like, "You ruined your steak," and I'm like, "You're not eating it. Back off."
When I was younger, my dad used to cook steaks for us, and he used to cook them like medium well or well done or whatever. And I used to eat them with ketchup, and my dad would snap. He'd be like, "You're just ruining it." I'm like, "You ruined it by making it this dry."
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite animal?
My favorite animal. That's a good question. I'll tell you what, I've been fascinated with rhinos lately. I don't know. I've been seeing them on my Instagram. They've been coming up. I've been interested with rhinos. I don't know why they're just massive. I don't know why they're so cool.
Yeah.
But I would say rhinos right now.
100% because of Jim Carrey.
I am a big movie guy, so I know where you're going to with that.
Favorite comedy movie?
Oh, that's a good one. Favorite comedy movie. There's a lot. I mean, you can go. I know I was trying to get the guys on because I'm a lot older than the guys on our team. So I tried to get them to watch Grandma's Boy the other day, which I thought was a pretty good one. I mean, like I said, I watch movies religiously, so there's just so many. I mean, one of my all-time favorites, I'm trying to think. Like, would you call Wolf of Wall Street a comedy? Probably not.
Like a comedy drama.
Yeah.
Dramedy or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah. I would say like the Ace Venturas are great. Like the original Happy Gilmore is great. I mean, Tommy Boy's great, right? Like that era. Like, what's the one with Tom? What's the one with Chris Farley? He's a ninja.
The White Ninja,
Or something like that. Yeah. Like that era was top notch.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's move into a segment we call the hot seat. And this is basically going to be the same scenario, except you're going to tell us which one of your teammates that first comes to mind.
Okay.
So,
Beverly Hills Ninja.
Beverly Hills Ninja, is that what it was?
Yeah, Beverly Hills. That's
Thank
a good
you,
one.
Edward.
So, who is your team prankster?
Team Prankster. We have a couple, with the movement we had this year, we've had a lot of changes in the last couple months. And like I said, I try to keep it light in the locker room. I ain't trying to gloat, but I'd probably say me.
That's good.
Probably say me.
What's the best prank you've ever played?
On the fellas? Oh man. I like doing one. I did one a couple years ago. So when I get to the rink, I always go to coach's office because I'm a player assistant. So I want to see if he ever needs anything from me. So I'll go into his office and then I'll come into the locker room. You got to be at the rink at 9. So I'll probably get into the locker room with the fellas at like 9:15. And sometimes I'll come in there just chit-chatting with the fellas. But then there one time, if I can catch someone off guard, I did it to Matt Bazarin the one year. I went up to him. I said in front of the fellas, I go, Matt, coach wants to see you. Bring your left elbow pad. I don't know what it's about. And I walked away and I said it real serious. And some of the guys knew what I was messing with him. And he looked at me for a second. He goes, you messing with me? I go, I don't know, dude. He just asked me he just wanted you to grab a pad. I don't know. So he grabbed his left elbow pad and he went into his office. He came back 2 minutes later. He started yelling at me.
That's funny.
Do stuff like that. Yeah.
So nothing more malicious. Okay.
Yeah.
And you'll have to tell John what we learned about this year. That one prank that Divine Apollon taught us.
Oh God.
Remember the name of it? The iceberg? I'm sure you've heard of it. We hadn't.
So
it still cracks me up.
if I remember correctly, what it is they go and get a 5-gallon bucket and they freeze water in it.
Uh-huh.
And then they go and they put it in a toilet and then they take a dump on top of it.
That's crazy. That's crazy. See, he's 21 years old, right?
Mm-hmm.
Not yet.
He's not even 21.
Yeah, he's 20.
So I didn't even think about stuff like that when I was 21. I used to do like leaners when you were at the hotel and you just lean water on a door and they open the door and it falls in. See, I did that stuff in high school, but I never did.
Good.
Yeah. My dad told me a joke the other day. He said, how do 3 Italians keep a secret? And I go, how? And he goes, you kill 2 of them. Like that. I started. He said, how do 3 Guidos or how do 3 Wops keep a secret? And I thought immediately of Goodfellas.
Yeah.
And I was like, that's Goodfellas. He goes, exactly. And I was like, that's crazy. But no, I've never heard of anything like that. That's I'm past that time of doing jokes like that. That's wild.
Who is the best dancer?
Best dancer on the team?
Yes.
I haven't seen anyone get down with it. I guess this is why I wear the C. I'm gonna say me again. I don't like to gloat, but I don't know who's a good dancer on the team. No one we haven't really had a dance competition.
You guys might have to have a dance off TikTok or something.
Yeah. I come in, because I work out before I come to the rink. So I'm up at 5 a.m. and I get to the rink at 8:30-ish. So I'm wired right when I get to the rink. It's 24/7 with me. So when I get to the rink, these guys are still waking up and I'm just loud. I'm obnoxious. It's that's the one thing I will miss the most about hockey is the locker room. I played all these games all these years, and I can't tell you I can't remember games from 3 weeks ago, but I remember certain things in the locker room, and I think that's what I'm going to cherish the most. You ask any player, present, past, you ask them. My boss now, I have a part-time job right now. My boss now, his name's Dave Watson, and he told me the one thing he misses the most from when he played was the locker room. And I think And I tell my coach now I'm gonna miss it. And that's the one I'll probably miss that more than actually playing.
Yeah. It makes me
But
sad.
yeah.
Yeah, I think camaraderie is a big thing, and making memories with the boys, especially the stuff that like the average fan doesn't see, like
Right.
get to see you guys
Right.
kind of be human and crack up and
Yeah.
um who is your smooth talker? The one that's gonna gets away with everything, kind of
Smooth
talk
talker.
himself out. Yeah.
Let's a smooth talker. I wanna my wife just came home. Elaine, who do you think the smoothest talker on our team is? We had a couple. I don't want to pump his tires, but when he was playing for us, it was Hippolyta Smith. Noah. He's in Indiana now, but I'm trying to think of someone else. Who do you think? Yuri? Yuri's pretty smooth. He's got that European accent.
You'll have to ask her what her favorite thing about being a hockey wife is.
I'll ask her. Elaine, what's your favorite thing about being a hockey wife?
Oh, everyone's always happy to see me.
Everyone's always happy to
Aw.
see her. Yeah.
That's sweet.
Yeah. But
which one was it?
someone put Vester in here. Oh, yeah, he could be a smooth talker. Maybe he got the dance moves too. He's got probably the best, I want to say, style. He's got like that 70s look. He's always got those goofy shirts on.
Who would answer your call during the off season just to chat?
Well, if they don't answer my call, I call them 10 more times until they answer. And you can ask any player that I've played with. If they don't answer the first time, I'm calling them right back. I'm calling them right after. I basically but no, I mean, I still talk to guys. Like I talked to Mario Cavalieri today. I talked to Tucker Firth the other day. I'll talk to Justin Bioni. I'll talk to Lucas Rowe. I don't know if you guys remember him, but I keep in contact with a lot of the guys that I've played with. I even talk to my buddies in college still. Like
that's cool.
I and they don't like when I call them, but I'll bug them. I told my ongoing joke is when I die, you're gonna miss me. He goes, oh yeah. Like all my buddies go, oh really? I go, because you'll never get a call from me again if you don't answer this now. Like I just joke with them, but I try to keep in contact with them because brothers for life, right? I mean, I know it's corny to say that, but you're with these guys 6 days a week. I mean,
Yeah.
the
I don't
only
think
day
that's corny.
no, but like you're with these guys for 8 months out of the year, and it's you get attached to these guys, so it like you grow friendships with these guys. Like we just got we did this trade a couple weeks ago, and we got a couple guys, and we got Dominic Dumas back, who was here Harry's first year, so 3 years ago. And when we traded him 3 years ago, it was tough, but at the same time, it's a business. But I was so happy he was coming back because he's a great guy, he's a great locker room guy, he's a great player. So getting guys like that in your locker room and building a chemistry and building that connection, it's something special. And you take that on after you retire. And I will still keep in contact with these guys. Hopefully they answer my call. If they don't, I'm calling them 5 more times.
Well, we know your wife got home, so we won't keep you too much longer. We'll ask you a couple more questions and we'll wrap it up.
No worries.
Who is the most fearless?
Fearless. On this team right now, fearless. I don't want to say Boris. I don't want to pump his tires. Like he's always looking for a goalie fight. I hate to say that about him, but he's always itching for one. I know he wants one before the season. I know he wants it because he's always like skating out of his net a little bit. There's a scrum. Fearless. I'm trying to think. Schnapp likes to get into the mix a little bit, but I wouldn't say fearless. I don't know. That's a hard question to say because I think when it comes down, when it comes down to it, guys will, back the fellas if they, if needed. Like the
Yeah.
other night, Schlepp from Mississippi, I want to. He jumped Garcia and Sally, who never really gets in it. I mean, he's done it a couple times in the past couple years, but that's not Sally's MO, right?
Mhm.
But he got in there. He saw one of his fellow teammates getting jumped, and he jumped right in. Roman Kramer, that was his first fight the other night. He did it. So I think when it comes down to it, I think a lot of the guys handle it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Farmer, I would say Farmer likes to, if he's got to do it, he's got to do it, right? Garcia's got to do it, he's got to do it, right? There's certain guys that will just do it with, some guys just have a switch, right?
Who has the best Sally?
Sally, Whitey's got good Sallies. Roman's got good Sallies. I want to say me, but I don't really score that much. So, I would say Whitey or Roman they got some good Sallies for sure.
Who the best road trip buddy?
Best road trip buddy. Like a roommate or road trip just on the road. I don't know. I kind of get in the mix with all of them. So it's kind of hard because like I try to, communicate because when you get on teams, like guys tend to like get cliquey a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
I try to mix around with all the guys. Yeah, someone said, I'm reading the comments. Someone said Joe Kenny. That's true. Joe was a mutant for sure. I would say either Yuri or Whitey right now, for sure. I had a guy, but he's gone now. He went to another team. I'm not going to say his name.
I think we all know who you're talking about, though.
Yeah, it crushed my heart.
Yeah, I know that was a tough one for you guys, for sure.
Yeah.
Who is the Houdini of the team? Like as soon as like practice is over, a game's over, anything like that, they just like magically disappear.
The Europeans and Schnapp. So Salak, Pastuca, Schnapp. First one's out. It's amazing.
We call that the Irish goodbye.
I actually pulled an Irish goodbye last Sunday because my family was in town. So, but when I'm at the rink, my wife and I drive separately because she knows I'm going to be there till 1:00 in the morning. Because I just talk to everyone, So
yeah.
But some guys don't like, the big crowds after games. They don't like being kind of bull rushed, which I understand. It's not for everyone, but
Yeah.
I try to get to everyone. I try to talk to everyone because they're supporting us. Without them, we wouldn't be who we are. And again, I'll say it time and time again, and they know that I'm so grateful for this fan base down here, but without them, we wouldn't be the Thunderbirds.
Yeah.
Well, real quick, based off that, your guys' setup, like, do you guys come out? Do you guys have like a barrier between like you and the fans, or is it just like you come out into a courtyard and fans?
Like when we walk out to sign autographs and stuff, or like when we go out to the game.
No, like after the games, like
yeah,
going home.
Yeah, so they're so it's funny. A couple of years ago, the fans didn't know we had 2 doors to our locker room. So we have like a player entrance, and then we have like to go on the ice. Well, they all used to. Well, most of them still do, but they all stand by the where we come out on the ice. So after the games, we'll sign autographs out there. And there's just a little fence. I mean, they can easily get past it if they want. But then there's a player entrance on the other side. And when fans ask me, like, where's so-and-so, I'm like, oh, there they go out the back door. So now we have fans waiting on both sides for certain players. So the guys kind of got mad at me. I'm like, because I know some of them don't like big crowds, which whatever. I always tell people this, one day it's going to be over. So enjoy it while it lasts, because there's going to be one day when no one's going to be asking for your autograph. So enjoy it while it lasts, because one day you're going to be working at 9 to 5, and the only one that's going to be asking you for your signature is the debt collector, right? So That was my big that's my big thing. It's like if you're in the minors, appreciate it. Appreciate that people want your signature.
Mhm.
Don't have a big ego because it's all going to be gone one day.
And also to the fans, respect the guys because I can understand it being tiring or maybe it was a
Yeah.
tough loss that night. And, like the fans, y'all give the boys some grace too because they need that.
Right.
And before we let you go, can you tell us a story? It doesn't have to be your story, it could be somebody else's. I know there's crazy fans out there. What is like the wildest thing, like stalker or somebody just always shows up where you guys are, even though they shouldn't know where you're at?
I had a friend on a different team say that he'd always go out. I'm trying to think where because he was on a couple teams. I want to say it was either Columbus. Where else did he play? I'd have to look him up. I don't want to say his name, but
Yeah.
he told me every time he went out to eat, it was like she had his location.
Oh no.
Yeah, so everywhere he went, she was like, "Hey, fancy seeing you here."
Oh no, that's even worse to act like you.
Yeah,
Apple
Like-
tag, like
I don't know. I don't know if she put something on his car. I don't know, but
Oh, that's scary.
yeah, I mean, I've never really had that. I've never really had that yet. Knock on wood. Like I said, people have given like you just said, like give some grace to the players. Our fans are pretty good with doing that,
Yeah.
to my knowledge. Like I don't know if players don't tell me things, but from my knowledge, we don't have anyone like that does stuff like that. But I mean, you definitely hear about it in this league for sure. Like, people grow obsessions over players, and again, give people the time of day, but you don't have to give them your full day, right?
Right.
I mean, we still have lives and stuff like that, but again, when you're at the rink and you're in your jersey, I feel like you can give the people a little bit of your time before you go home and go to sleep. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
Because like without like a lot of these markets, without the fan base, like they would be nothing. So I'm a big advocate for giving the people what they want, but at the same time, I know what you're saying. Like you also have to have separation, which that's more than fair for sure.
Well, to wrap up, if your fans are listening right now, is there anything that you would want to say to them?
Just keep supporting us. I mean, I know we're fighting for that fourth place spot. Just keep supporting us. I mean, I read everything. That doesn't really affect the way I play or stuff like that. I get it. People have their emotions, and they run on their emotions when they put stuff on social media, which it is what it is. They have their opinions, and but just keep supporting us. We're grinding it out. But yeah, and I'll say it again. I love our fans.
Yeah.
But just keep riding with us.
Well, we're wishing you the best of luck to grab that fourth place spot. We hope to see you in playoffs, and so to John Showtime Boots Buttitta. And shout out to the mustache, arguably one of the best in the league. And we
Thank
are
you.
going to be doing a mustache playoff with some of the guys in the league. So we hope you want to enter into that because I think you could definitely be in like the finals for sure.
Yeah, there's one guy on our team. I told him when we did November. I'll say his name. I'll give him props. Cade Hanley. He's a rookie. He grew his mustache out, and I looked at him. I go, "When this month is over, you better shave that because oh yeah, he's got a good one, and it's real good." And I said, "There's only one stash in this locker room," and his wife doesn't like it, but he looks great with it. But no, yeah, I'll definitely join the playoff bracket for sure.
Awesome. Well, we will shoot you a message to let you know when the bracket starts. And I just want to say thank you so much for coming on, and we really appreciate you having you here. So best of luck in playoffs, and we'll catch you guys next time.
Thank you guys so
Sam?
much for having
staple.
I know what it is. I forgot.
What?
Sorry. Go ahead.
Does pineapple belong on pizza?
No, Nope. I didn't even want you to finish that. Nope.
I said
No.
no.
No. Why do you guys like pineapple on pizza?
We ask everybody, and like last season it seemed like it was like a resounding yes, but this season I'm seeing that no is definitely what's trending.
Ugh, I had it one time, almost puked. I'm
Yeah.
Italian though, so I just
Yeah, higher standards on pizza for sure.
pineapple on pizza. That's terrible. It's gonna fire me up the rest of the night.
What would your go-to be then if you had to suggest to the commenters out here, what should we be eating?
Go to pizza?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm just a pepperoni guy. I like pepperoni. Keep
Nothing
it
wrong with the
simple.
classic,
Keep it simple. I like it. There was my dad used to put like a bunch of stuff on it, like the veggies and all that. I'll tell you what, I had this margarita pizza the other day or a couple weeks ago. I didn't know it came with broccoli. I almost puked it up.
Broccoli
Yeah,
on
it was
pizza sounds rough.
terrible. Terrible. It was terrible.
Yeah, I would.
I'll try it, but I'm not gonna order it again.
Yeah, that's fair.
Right.
That's fair.
Yeah. But
All right, buddy. Well, thank you so much. We appreciate it. And please tell Boris we said hi. He's been on this season too, and we really enjoyed having him on. And yeah,
I'll
we'll
be
catch
sure
you
to,
guys.
yeah, I'll be sure to tell him tomorrow morning. He mentioned
Awesome.
something about me being on today. So
Oh, good.
yeah.
Good. Well, it's been fun.
Yeah. Thank you so much for having me, guys.
Absolutely. For our viewers, we'll catch you guys next week, same time.
Bye.
Bye.